A surviving roommate inside of the house told police that they saw the killer cloaked in black clothing and a mask. We also learned that the sheath of the knife police say was used in the stabbings was found on the bed alongside two of the victims. Joining us now to discuss those details in depth, former FBI agent and attorney Stuart Kaplan. Stuart, thank you for being here.
Always my pleasure. Good morning.
Good morning. We brought this news live as it was happening to our viewers. We were streaming it out on digital, and the question that we just kept seeing over and over and over again is that eyewitness roommate taking hours to report seeing the suspect to police. In your experience in the FBI, how common is it for someone to wait that long to make a call?
Well, first of all, let me just say, I think the probable cause affidavit certainly is a textbook example of exceptional investigative police work that was done in this case. The fact that this eyewitness, this former roommate, probably was so traumatized and probably was cowering in her room with respect to trying to get her faculties together to decide what she should do may be an explanation. But let me also suggest the probable cause affidavit is only one part of a multiple part piece of the puzzle. And generally speaking, and in my experience, we as law enforcement officers tend to try not to put as much as we need into the probable cause affidavit, meaning that we only put enough to get it to the point where we can get an arrest warrant issued. It may turn out, because as everybody now learned yesterday for the first time, that there was in fact a surviving eyewitness who actually came face to face with this individual. That was something that had never been publicized before. So I will assume that additional information may come out with respect to the fact that there may not have been in fact any delay with respect to the police being notified.
And another question our viewers keep asking, why would he leave an eyewitness alive?
Well, and this is something that I'm very familiar with. That is basically the tunnel vision syndrome, where a person who has been involved in a critical situation with respect to, obviously, this individual now killing four people, basically, it may have been that he just was so struck by his tunnel vision in trying to get out of that house, he may not have even realized or observed this individual. Notwithstanding she's standing in the hallway and notwithstanding she saw him, it is quite possible he walked right by her. You come out from different lighting sources, meaning you come out of a bedroom that may have been lit, meaning he may have turned on the lights, and then you come into a dark hallway. It is just possible tunnel vision did not even seemingly make him aware that there was an individual in the hallway.
Okay, I appreciate that. Yeah, thankfully, indeed. And notably, there are redactions in this affidavit. What information do you think is being withheld?
Well, let me put it very succinctly for your audience. And one of the criticisms I may offer in connection with the probable cause affidavit is that, unfortunately, I think some of the methodology and some of the assets that were utilized in this case certainly highlight the capabilities of not only law enforcement, but certainly, and I will send a shout out to my brothers and sisters of the FBI, who unfortunately in the last year or two have gotten the short end of the stick. This really highlights the abilities and the capabilities of the FBI in utilizing these assets and these techniques to apprehend an individual such as this. And so while there are some methodologies and some assets that are mentioned and referenced in the probable cause affidavit, let me just suggest that Special Operations Division was pivotal. In this case, it was utilized with respect to, I know your segment before talked about this individual being stopped on several encounters on a highway going across the country. I can tell your viewing audience that that was not by mere coincidence or just random. Those stops were orchestrated by the assets implemented and used by the FBI to capture and garner further investigative information in connection with this investigation. And so they want to try to keep that out. Generally, we try to keep that out and hopeful that maybe this case may end up in a negotiated plea. And quite frankly, we may never learn about why or what it is in those redacted parts that we're unaware of at this point.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.